going deeper. World. Order. Hold left mouse button, wake up.
Jotunheimer. I've not set foot in this realm in some time. I must find the witch Angrboda. She knows all that happens here.
Mistress of the Iron Wood. Find and speak to Angrboda. World. Find and speak to Angrboda. Find and speak to Angrboda.
Come drink with us, stranger.
Find and speak to Angrboda.
Be welcome, Messieurs. Our father's hall is a haven to all.
I remember there was a cauldron here once, brought by Thor from Hemius Hall.
A cauldron a mile deep, a mile of mead. I miss that cauldron.
Father bet the cauldron on a foolish wager with Suchinger and lost. But we still have the ale from our brewery.
Where's Agir now?
He's gone to Utgard. He sent a cauldron to Sutgungar, but it never got there, so he's gone to find out what's what. Oh, but enough of that. You are a visitor to our great land, and we know its secrets. Ask of us your questions.
I seek mysteries. Tell me about the beasts of this land.
What animals will I find in the wild?
I have heard tell of a great bear of stone and ice that lives by a frozen lake.
Enough talk. Time for a drink.
With pleasure.
Skull!
Let us tell you more of our homeland.
Tell me about the beasts of this land.
I want to know the unknown. Where should I look?
There is a broken tower near Utgavr that was once a place of great magic. Perhaps there is still some to be found there.
To magic! May we never be without it.
I'll drink to that.
Skull!
Let us tell you more of our homeland.
Tell me about the beasts of this land. Tell me.
Spin me a tale of tragedy.
Once, Thor dashed the great serpent Jormungandr against our shores. Many ships wrecked, many Jotnar drowned.
Seek a lonely tree of the shore and walk beneath it. You'll see. Now let us drink to the fallen.
I need to go.
My thanks for your hospitality. I must go.
Over here! Pay respect to the mistresses
Find
of
and
the
speak
feast.
to Angrboda. Find and speak 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 to Angrboda.
Days in that hole. None for us lowly thralls, though.
Find and speak to Angrboda. World. Hold left mouse button. Wait. Abilities.
These woods whisper with Jotnar magic. Not everything is as it seems.
Find and speak to Angrboda. 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 Find and speak to Angraboda. Find and speak to Angraboda. Find and speak
What
to
do you see?
Angraboda.
Angraboda's home was right here when I last visited.
Find
May
and
still
speak to
be.
Angraboda. Find and speak to Angraboda. Find and speak to Angraboda. Find and speak to Angraboda.
What see you, old friend?
Find and speak to Angraboda. Find and speak to Angraboda. Find and speak to Angraboda.
Look who it is. None but the High One.
Ratatusk the Tree Rat. What message do you carry today?
I've received a new missive just this morning. It says, Ratatusk is this girl who here shall run on the ash tree Yggdrasil. And the High One is he who will be crushed underneath my flighting skill. What say you, High One?
I'll take you on, squirrel, not now.
Not now.
I don't blame you. I'd be afraid as well.
World. Mistress of the Iron Wood. Mistress. Mistress. Find and speak to Angraboda. 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 World. Find and speak to Angraboda.
I need your eyes, my friend.
Find and speak to Angraboda. Find and speak to Angrboda. Find and speak to Angrboda. Find and speak to Angrboda.
Aid me. Be my eyes.
World. Find and speak to Angrboda.
Survey the area, Sunan.
World. Not synchronized. Find and speak to Angrboda. 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 Find and speak to Angrboda.
Show me. Go, my eyes. Illusions. But any obstacle can be overcome.
Find and
Looked at
speak
the
to
right way.
Angrboda.
The witch's house. There you are. Sunan, guide me.
World. World. Find and speak to Angrboda. 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 Find and speak to Angrboda.
You're dead!
Find and speak to Angrboda. World. Mistress of the... Find and speak to Angrboda. Find and speak to Angrboda. Angrboda. Find and speak to Angrboda.
You are reckless, Hirakin. Midgard is no crucible for your experiments. No, indeed. It is as a great barn, swollen with vermin.
Find and speak to Angrboda.
The humans. You always did. When the end comes, they will outlive us. They are mindless ravagers who will destroy us and inherit the Nine Realms. I cannot allow that. They are capable of more than you know, and I will not help you. Please, enter. Do not trouble to knock or announce yourself.
Angrboda, I have traveled far to find you.
And you are brave to darken my door alone. Where is my lover, the dark fox that slinks between my sheets?
Loki stayed at home.
Loki has stayed in Asgard to help rebuild the damage from a recent attack.
How generous. And entirely unlike him. You used to be much better at lying.
I am not Loki's keeper. I've come to understand Jotnar magic, your method for moving Hugr from one body to another.
The mead. You seek the mead. Hirokin! You have long outstayed your welcome. Then I will take my leave. But remember what I said, Angrboda. You will see things my way in time.
Who was that?
Who was your visitor?
She's powerful and cruel, and none of your concern.
The mead she spoke of. Where can I find it?
A slip of the tongue. Forget what you heard.
Do not play games with me, witch. You would sell any truth for the right price.
If one had the means to pay it. There is a root called Hag's Claw. It grows at the bottom of a waterfall to the south, at the forest's edge. Bring me 3 roots from the place where the red moss thrives. Then we will speak of the mead.
I will hold you to it. What do you see, Sunan?
Find and enter the waterfall. Find and enter the waterfall.
The waterfall should be nearby, but I see no sign of it.
Find and enter the
If I
waterfall.
look about, the waterfall should be nearby, but I see no sign of it. If I look about, I may
Find
yet
and enter
find
the
a way
waterfall.
to see the unseen.
Find and enter the waterfall.
This land hides its
Find and
secrets
enter
well,
the waterfall.
but no secret is safe
Ancient
from me.
engraving. Press. Find and enter the waterfall. Find and gather the roots.
This land is savage, but full of marvels.
Find and gather the roots.
Thor's beard. Look at this place.
Find and gather the
Yggdrasil's
roots.
great tendrils reach everywhere in this realm.
Find and gather the roots.
That must be the hag's claw Angerborn I spoke of. A pungent root. It must be hag's claw.
Find and
There
gather the
should be more
roots.
around. The air smells strange
Find
down
and
here.
gather the roots. Find and gather the roots.
One more root should do it.
Find and gather the roots. 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 Find and gather the roots.
Dank and drear. They say hell is the same.
Find and gather the roots. 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 Find and gather the roots.
Where are those cursed roots?
Find and gather the roots. 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 Find and gather the roots.
The air smells strange down here. That will be enough for anger, Borda. I should find my way out.
Bring the roots. Bring the roots.
The reek from this root turns my stomach.
Bring the roots.
Wars are closing in, drawn by the smell of the root.
World.
Have a look, Sunan.
Bring the roots.